Hey guys, it's PG Tech here with my first ever CES vlog after 3 years of attending as a content creator. Now this is gonna sound really sad, but last year I literally filmed a full week's worth of vlog content and then I got overwhelmed with juggling my full-time job and content creation and I didn't end up editing any of that horizontal footage down. So this year I promised myself that I'm gonna edit and post it no matter what. So let's go to CES 2025 together, guys. Now, I was originally planning to bring a laptop to edit, but I recently had my small form factor PC go viral, so I figured it was a great opportunity to capture some more content in the airport with it. Now, there is a 240mm AIO in that PC, and I was not sure if it was going to go through TSA, but I did end up taking that PC out of my suitcase just in case. But no one asked me any questions. I did get some weird looks, but there were no issues. It went through the scanner without any problems. I did end up just carrying it around through the airport, so a lot of people were looking at me funny. Now, some of these clips are a little low quality because I shot them in vertical. I was actually thinking about picking up the DJI Osmo 3, but I saw rumors online that they were coming out with a new one, so I decided to hold off. It was a short flight from Los Angeles to Vegas, but I was planning to shoot some more PC content on the plane. I was expecting there to be a plug under the seats. I don't know if it was just my seat or Southwest flights in general. There wasn't an outlet for me. Anyways, I got this new Brevity backpack to fit my camera and it had a ton of pockets, so I fit my portable monitor and a keyboard in there as well, and Chet took a nap on the plane.
Welcome to Las Vegas, Crody.
We got checked into our room at the Venetian pretty quickly and here's the view, but we basically just stopped by to drop our stuff before checking into the venue and looking at whatever booths we could the first day. We started with Asus and they had the new 50 series laptops out, except they basically weren't allowed to say anything about the 50 series since the nvidia keynote hadn't happened yet and it was happening at like 6 p.m. that day. Ever since Tri-X did it, I've been noticing a trend of companies launching these curved screens on their AIOs. I wasn't expecting to like this, but the black and gold on the Pro Art is stunning. And I also love the new silver tough gaming line. They also showed off this OLED monitor that automatically detects how far you are from it and turns off to prevent burn-in, but honestly I've had my Asus OLED for over a year now and I've had no issues. Let's get some F's in the chat for Intel Nook. After that, we headed on over to Thermaltake and there were so many colors to look at. The purple they have now is so stunning and the only problem I have is with the pink. I feel like they should have made a white border on the glass. They did also show off new colors for their Tower 250 and I love how they made the glass borders the same color as the case. Like, case manufacturers should just always do that. Also obsessed with the TR100 case and all the adorable colors they came out with and the fact that you can fit such a massive card in there. They showed off some colorful magnetic fans, which I really need the brown and pink ones of, and some new LCD AIOs, but I don't know how I feel about the curved screens. I'm stealing this pink DDR5, like I'm gonna need 50 units like tomorrow. It matches my nails, which by the way are press-ons from AliExpress. I used to have so much trouble getting my press-ons to stay, but I started getting this glue by Macart and it literally lasts over 2 weeks. Anyways, after Thermaltake, we headed over to the Sony press conference and met up with the Tech Talk squad. We did have to leave a little bit early though, because originally we wanted to check out the nvidia GeForce LAN and potentially try to get in line for the keynote, but y'all, the keynote line was literally a 10-minute walk and we finally got to the end and we were basically like, okay, we're not making it. Like, the line was just so freaking long. So we ended up listening to Jensen announce the 50 series in the car on the way to dinner, and then I pulled out my Samsung Galaxy Z Fold for the bigger screen so we could all stand in a circle and figure out where he got that leather jacket from. My Google circle to search thinks it's from Tom Ford and it looks to be the same one, which is like $9,000. So pretty much chump change for Jensen Huang. I went home to edit a couple more TikToks and then that was pretty much it for day one. Here's my day 2 fit check. I was so excited to see the new 50 series cards. We went to Gigabyte right away to look at their lineup and they actually had their white cards out as well as this water blocked card, which I appreciate because it feels so sad to throw away the cooler. At the Intel booth, they had this really cool Thunderbolt shared demo where basically you don't need a capture card anymore. So you just need 2 devices that have Thunderbolt. You just connect them with a USB-C cable. For gaming PCs, any qualifying motherboard, you plug it directly into the motherboard and you're able to even control either PC or just stream. So you don't need the capture card at all. After that, we worked up quite the appetite. So we went to the Venetian food court and got some burgers with my friend Arjun. I actually used to work with him. Actually, he used to be my intern, which is crazy. So we kind of finished at the Venetian for the day, so we headed over to the Las Vegas Convention Center to kind of see the actual show floor with all the craziness. They have a lot of just like consumer tech, like phone charging cases, chargers. We found this company called onexplayer that makes some handheld gaming consoles. This onexplayer G1 is kind of a mix between a little laptop and like a DS, and I absolutely love it.
Oh, that's so cool.
They also had this stunning Evangelion handheld. It's literally giving Lunar New Year. I love it. And an eGPU with the same theme. We also ran into the Kodak booth. I actually have one of these at home that I've literally never used, but I thought it was really cool to watch the photo print. This is sped up like 2 times, I think, so it is a bit slow, but super cool to see. We found the iQnix booth, and why was this lighting giving? Like, my skin looks so good, what the heck? Anyways, they had their magnetic keyboards on display. I'm obsessed with that pink one and I have it at home. I'm also really loving their low profile keyboards, and I love how they hid that USB dongle. It's super clever. I was not expecting Gateron to be exhibiting, but they had a bunch of their Hall effect switches and some gaming mice, which was really cool to see in person. They had a ton of popular brands including iQnix, Lamzu, WL Mouse, and I even found out they're releasing that pink Lamzu mouse in an 8K version, so I'm gonna need that right now. But there were so many pretty things that they had. We randomly wandered into the Kurui booth and found the first ever 750 Hz gaming monitor. Like, that is insane. I don't think my PC can even push that many frames. I do wish they were showing a real gaming demo though. Now, I've never heard of this brand before, but they had some really cool coolers, including one that's like a mini PC on the pump. It literally looks like a PC inside your PC, which I thought was really cool. Basically, all of their coolers were modular, so you can switch the LCD to match the design that you want. The fans they had on display were also modular, so they're magnetic and you just swap them out if you need to do maintenance or like switch them out or whatever, which seemed really cool. For the rest of the day, we kind of just wandered around the LVCC show floor and saw a whole bunch of cool stuff, but then it was time for our Sony booth tour. They had a Demon Slayer photo op where you could kind of dress up as the characters and get your photo taken, which was really cool. They also had this experience room where it was like a 3D experience themed after The Last of Us, except the line was super long, so we didn't end up getting to do it, unfortunately. What I thought was really cool at their booth was their Zen demos. So they have this like 3D visualization suite of software tools, which include like 3D capture, so capturing real life things into the 3D software. And they also had a wearable headset, so you can look at the things you capture, like move them around, and also like sculpt things and create just like landscapes and stuff. Okay, it was kind of hard to capture this, but this 2D, like it's a flat screen display that they have that's really cool because it changes what you're looking at based on the angle you're viewing it at. So it looks super 3D when you're looking at it. Obviously recording with the camera makes it look kind of weird, but anyway, so that was it for the Sony booth tour. After that, we headed over to the Luxor to the HyperX gaming arena. HP Omen had just launched their HP Omen Max 16 gaming laptop with the NVIDIA RTX 50 series laptop GPUs, which was super cool to see because at this point, I think it was our first time seeing the 50 series laptops in person. We got some FaceTime with NVIDIA and HP employees to ask them questions about the laptop, and then we just waited because they were gonna have Zedd play. So our time slot to look at the laptops was a little bit before the actual party started, so we had some time to kill, but when Zedd finally came on, it was actually so fun, you guys. I love Zedd. I've seen him a couple times, so we had some time to also film some silly little TikToks. He played a really good set, and then after that, we just went home. I think I edited for a bit and then just went to bed, but enjoy these clips. All right, we're starting today with a fit check. I actually woke up and went downstairs to meet up with the LTT store guys, and they gave me the new commuter backpack with a stubby inside. So I'm really excited to use these for my builds, you guys. We immediately went to the Asus booth, and I'm obsessed with the G14 line. It looks so clean, honestly. Probably the cleanest gaming laptop on the market. This section of GPUs spawned in after the NVIDIA keynote, and this is their brand new Astral 5090, which not only has 3 fans, but 4 fans. So there's an extra one on the back, which isn't something they've done before. Here's a me for size comparison for that Astral 5090 card. It's really pretty, but they did not bring any of their white cards to CES this year. They did mention they were going to be available after Q2, so they won't be there at launch for Asus. Because it's so annoying to go back and forth between the Venetian and the convention center, I kind of designated most of our time on this day just to hang out and look at all the different PC DIY stuff at the Venetian meeting rooms. So this booth is from Pro Gamers Group. They kind of have a conglomerate of small PC DIY and chair companies under them. So they had a ton of cool liquid cooled systems and cases. You've probably seen that case before. It blew up on social a lot this year. We also randomly sat on this Thunder X3 chair in their booth, and it was so comfy. So Chet really wanted to get rid of his Secret Labs racer style chair and get this ergo mesh chair instead. And I personally love ergonomic chairs, especially mesh ones, so I'm all for it. Now this is something I think is really cool, which is a factory installed AIO with a screen for GPUs. This is from the company called Lynk, which aims to work with GPU manufacturers to create a pre-installed solution for your GPUs that you can incorporate into your own custom cooling loop. This is an example of what the radiator looks like with quick disconnects. I'm super curious to see if that hits the market. I'm definitely gonna buy one. Anyways, after that we headed over to the AMD booth where they had a ton of different demos, including the new Lenovo handhelds, but I don't think they had the one with SteamOS unless I missed it. I stopped at the Hyte booth to take a look at the colorful Y70s in person. I'm not in love with the blue and purple, and I low-key roasted them on social media, so they told me to send them a water bottle of the color that I want, so I sent them a pastel blue one, and they're supposed to make me a Y70 in that color. They also started making these colorful contact frames, which, yeah, I know you're not gonna see it, but I want the pink one. That gold one that they have, they only made 3 of, and I low-key took one of them. For legal reasons, this is a joke. I think my favorite thing in the whole booth though is this gorgeous Jinx gaming PC built by Archetype Origins. It's so cute. They're also finally releasing their thick AIOs in white. They have some tweaking to do, but I'm excited about this. You guys, I was not prepared for the crazy things that MSI had this year. They always have a giant booth, but I don't know if it's the 50 series this year. They had some really pretty stuff, like this giant black and gold PC. You guys already know I'm a white girly, but I feel like the black and gold combo is elite. They also had this Project Zero X like prototype PC where you can't see any cables or pretty much anything on the motherboard, but I thought it looks super clean. I personally love the Project Zero look. I think cables do look nice when you manage them well, but it's so much easier just to have everything in the back. MSI also had the new version of their claw, which now comes in this kind of like taupey olive green color, which is definitely different from the normal black and white that I've seen out of all the handhelds here. Now you guys, this white Gaming X Trio, I think I have to have it. If I'm getting a 50 series, I'm getting that one. MSI actually ate this year with a holographic dragon. Like, I think it's high time they start using that dragon logo of theirs to their advantage because it actually looks so cool. Like, I am obsessed. For the small form factor builds, they do still have this double fan 5070 that you can use. The Venetian also had an expo hall, so we walked down there and the first thing we saw was this company called iBot where they were demoing kiosks that supposedly give you a 90-second vision test, which is actually insane. There was a huge line for this, so we didn't get to test it, but apparently you don't have to take your glasses or contacts off. I think if you're wearing glasses, they ask you to like insert it into the machine at the end. It uses an AI algorithm trained on medical data as well as your answers to the test to give you your prescription, but everything is supposedly reviewed by telehealth doctors. You can get your official doctor-signed prescription for just $20. Honestly, the rest of the expo hall was super random. I think we saw like 5 different pool cleaning robots for some reason, but we kind of just wandered around and looked at all the different consumer tech. I thought these cameras were super cool. Instead of printing like a Polaroid style thing, they actually print like a receipt photo, which I thought was cute for scrapbooking. Corsair had their own suite in another hotel, and they had a ton of super cool gaming PCs here, including this crazy spider-looking one from Origin. They were also demoing the crazy new CU DIMM RAM, but I was honestly more interested in the RAM customizations that they had. This Sakura themed one through their Corsair custom lab looks so cute. I have so many builds that I want to do with this. Now this touchscreen monitor is actually something that I need, whether it's gonna go in a PC case or just under my main monitor while I edit for Discord and like other things. I think this is gonna be super useful. I really hope they launch it in white. They've got a new iteration of their 4000D case. It's called the Frame 4000D, and it's super modular, and it also has a space for that screen at the bottom. At this point, we were starving, so we stopped at Shake Shack for a much-deserved meal break, and the lighting was so good, you guys. This was Chet's first CES, so I think he was like in shambles, low-key. So I just got my Samsung Galaxy phone recently, and I did not know that you could make these cute little pet profiles and like track your pet's energy, activity, like other important information. It's giving Nintendogs, and I'm actually obsessed. I also did not know that there were so many like synergies between the Galaxy Book Pro and the Galaxy phone. So I have the Fold 6, and you can basically control your phone and even use your phone as a webcam with the laptop. And one feature I'm definitely gonna try on my Galaxy Tab is you can actually take a photo of your floor plan and it will literally help you like plan out your furniture. I think they have a partnership with Ashley, but I was trying so hard to figure out how to furnish my apartment, and I wish I knew about this because it would have made it so much easier. Like, it was so hard for me to try to draw out the floor plan in these like free online softwares without knowing like the square footage and stuff, but this tool is actually crazy. Like, I want to do a whole video on it. And that is the end of day 3.
Get ready with me. My skin has been so dry lately. I've been using this cushion foundation. Also, my skin actually looks really good, but I think I'm still gonna wear makeup because what my makeup looks like. Now I just have to decide what to wear.
This is what I ended up wearing. I'm back using the pink backpack. I actually gave the LTT one to Chet so he could carry that one for me. So we actually went back to the Gigabyte booth to film like a silly TikTok video, and then I did want to compare the side by side of the Aero 5080 versus the normal like flagship 5080 that they had. And that black card that I'm holding there, they're actually coming out with it in white as well. So I think the white card will look super cool, but I'm always partial to the Aero line. I think it looks great and I like smaller cases anyways, so I think it'll probably fit better. Today is definitely way more chill for us. I think we got all the bulk of our content filmed already, so we just got some food and then I went back to the hotel room to edit. Here's my little editing setup that I brought with me. Honestly, I feel like every year I come to CES, I'm super underprepared, but I think next year I might just drive so I can actually bring like my mic and like everything that I need. Ended up hanging out with our other tech content creator friends for the last night before everyone heads home, and I've never been in a Cybertruck before. I was actually joking that I could probably fit in the trunk. It was a surprisingly smooth ride. I mean, we only drove about 10 minutes, but it was honestly really cool. I'd be down to like try driving one, but I'd be scared. I've never driven a car that big. And that is a wrap for CES 2025. We just woke up so late and we didn't even pack, and our flight is literally in 2 hours. No, our flight is literally in like an hour. So I hope we don't miss it. Because also I still have my PC, and if they give us a hard time at TSA, we might be cooked. Also, Chet is just the best. It's the best ever. Oh my gosh, we actually made it so fast. We still have 40 minutes until we have to board, and I didn't even take my computer. I didn't even take it out of the suitcase this time to go through TSA, and they didn't even say anything. Like, no one cared. This is what the air quality was like when we got back to LA. We were honestly so lucky that we weren't affected. For the last 2 days of CES, I was literally nonstop checking my map to see if we had to like go home and like get our stuff and leave. Ultimately, we got really lucky, and I'm super thankful that we didn't end up having to do anything. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you're not already subscribed, be sure to subscribe for more aesthetic tech videos and vlogs.